At 15, I built my dream body. I've cultivated discipline in almost all areas of my life. I've contributed to my own community. And this started with me in 2022. I started to take responsibility because I'm just an average guy. I started with playing video games for 8 to 10 hours per day. I wasn't very consistent with the things that I wanted to pursue. I was just flicking around from one thing to another. And now I've made money online. I've started to contribute to the people that I'm speaking to on a regular basis. I feel very, very purposeful. I built my dream body. I have woke up at 5 a.m. before school and I've ran. I'm working extremely hard towards my goals. And I'm going to lay out how you can become greater, because it's very easy to be great nowadays as long as you have a plan. And that's what I'm going to teach you here. And it started with me in 2022. I decided to make a change in my life and I decided to drop the video games that I was playing. I was playing around 6 hours of video games per day and I was still fighting along. I was thinking to myself that I'm going to become a pro someday, and that's going to justify all of the hours that I'm spending today that I'm suffering genuinely because I'm playing video games. But what I didn't realize then was that I wasn't actually going to make it. The reason for that was pretty simple. I was playing it more as a coping mechanism. I was just using it as a coping mechanism rather than applying myself to the things that I felt was meaningful, and I didn't really have a roadmap for myself. So what I decided to do in 2022 was to quit video games. I decided to take on some responsibility for once in a while, and I started to realize that everything in my life is my own fault. I've got to take responsibility for what I'm doing. And the more time passed and the more I started to consume content that revolved around developing yourself in all sorts of areas, I realized that you can actually make a change. You've just gotta take action. So here is how you can force yourself to take action, even though you don't feel motivated, you feel lazy, but you have ambition. If you're lazy but a bit ambitious, this is going to work. You start with something small. You start with making your bed, cleaning up your room. And before you click off of this video and watch for something new that is going to distract you for some time, I just want you to realize that this is the only way, because if you do this for some time, then you can level up. You can start going to the gym. When you start to go to the gym, you can start to plan your days. Then you can start to take on an even bigger challenge. Then you can start a business, because how are you going to be able to do all of these remarkable things if you haven't sorted out and got your act together and started with the fundamentals first and you've taken it one step at a time? It's extremely hard if you haven't sorted those things out. So start with the smallest habits, like making your bed, making sure your room is clean, and start to make progress. Start to prove to yourself that you can keep your promises that you keep to yourself. Keep the promises that you make to yourself, because that's as important as it gets. Because once you do that, your life will never ever be the same. And once you've made progress on this, then you can move on to the bigger challenges, like you can start that business, you can build your dream body, you can get into that university or college, whatever you want to do. It is possible. It is genuinely possible if you work hard and you start today and adopt the things that I'm saying right here, because this has led me so far on this journey that I feel like I can't emphasize how important it is. Like every single thing that I've accomplished in my life is because of this. And I've gotten so consistent now that it has just become part of my identity to be consistent in the things that I'm doing. For example, last year I worked out around 400 times. And that is a result of me starting small with making my bed, cleaning up my room, meditating for a few minutes, writing down a few things I'm grateful for, and starting to get my act together so that I can have a positive influence on my own life, so that I can influence other people as well. So get your act together and set your mindset clear of where you want to go. Define that direction and your life will never ever be the same again. So grab a clean sheet of paper, write down, what do I want to accomplish? What do you genuinely want to accomplish? And you sit and you think to yourself and you let yourself be bored for some time because you have been so stimulated lately. But that's not completely your fault. You have to just realize that now is the perfect time to start. There will never ever be a perfect time to start. Now is the time for you to take action. And with that said, it's up to you right now. Do you want to make a change or not? And that's all I have to say. Hope you got some value, and I'll see you in the next one.